Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So, here we are, staying in tier 20 like usual in Ether raids and defense matches. Haven't gotten any today yet. We'll see if there's any. I'll tack it at the end of the video like usual if there are, but this week was definitely extremely suspicious. This should not be happening because, breaking news, I have not changed my setup. I have not changed my setup aside from accommodating for the bonus structure. Like, seriously, everyone is legitimately exactly the same. Nothing has changed. And I think that goes the same for people and their offense teams. I don't know. Some of these replays are going to be incredibly questionable. You'll probably be wondering too yourself, why in the world people just did not play well. I can't understand anymore. It's too much brain damage. But yeah, at this point they're just setting up. I mean, nothing too special. Everyone approaches this from the left. It's just optimal. And it's like, it's what you should be doing, but people just don't do it right. So here they use gravity, and they just leave their units like this, and I mean, I think you know how this is gonna go. So we get the guidance kill, and air too slow for Nino, so rip. And a drawback to protect the dancer, because why not? It doesn't really matter. We got our kills. We're not gonna do much better. They kill Shida there because Wing Sword is effective against calves, so that's pretty useful. Unfortunately, Veronica's not able to pick up the one-round KO there, but she does take out Azura, which is nice. Reinhardt is taking her out. And at this point, it's pretty clear that they don't know what they're doing because they bank it all on that trap being real, which is never a good idea. I mean, they didn't have many options, to be fair, but like Reinhardt, I'm pretty sure he doesn't kill. Let me actually, they had ally support too, actually, S rank, so he could have gotten 59 attack or something. Too lazy to do the math right now, let's just keep going. I'm pretty sure you couldn't kill though, so that was their reasoning. So, you know, just your good old standard set. Like, this team looks pretty good, you know? What could possibly go wrong? And then they bait like this. Like, please. What do you expect? I don't know. I mean, even Shida like got super debuffed here, and she still does 8 damage because science. And legendary Lucina wrecks face with Glimmer. I mean, obviously not doing too well there. Also finding catapults not too useful because most people, the structures I want to take down usually are higher than level 1, so I mean, it's not particularly useful, but here at this point it's a pretty easy win for them. They just get easy cleanup. There's not much my team can do because it's the usual case of Air doing her thing of kill first before you get killed, which is the optimal strategy when you're doing stuff like close counter advantage on, say, my Nino set. It's pretty good. They just completely ignore the ether structures. Probably was their first match, so not too big of a deal there. Then you get to this team. I mean, you know, it looks okay. Not the greatest. You know, they have some decent stuff, but nothing too special. But as you'll see here, just more poor play. That's really all there is to it. It's super redundant at this point. I don't know what to do anymore. I've literally Seriously, I have not changed my defense setup, and people constantly keep losing to it. Some people even like know about my defense because they've seen my videos somehow, even though there's not that many views on my videos. I don't know. It's weird. It's like if you've seen my videos on this, where it's basically almost every single match I've had, then you should be familiar with this. But unfortunately, I got jebaited by the super level heavy trap, so they have to leave one of their units in position there. So we got the kill on Loki with Nino, which is nice. And we got the meme reposition. And we got the meme future vision. And there goes 3 of their units in one turn. They can't one-shot Lucina, so rest in pieces. I think you know how this is gonna end. Not too well. Veronica's gonna pick up the kill here. Nino's gonna do a crud ton of damage. Not quite kill, but a 0 does exactly enough damage to kill. It wouldn't have mattered too much though, because there was still Sheeta and Lilina there, so rest in pieces to that team. I also want to point out, I'm pretty sure this is all day 1 matches, so yeah, this person has a level 4 +1 fort. What could possibly go wrong? They have more stats. Sometimes, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I feel like commentating over these is just, there's really no point. It's the same thing every time. Seriously. Everyone goes to the left. I'm pretty sure it's either you go to the left or you bait low on the right side. That's basically the only strategy people use. So I guess they get jebaited there by the heavy trap. I'm not sure what they were expecting there, but you know, just your standard meme. Rip Aversa again. Many Aversas have died. Jokes aside, they just leave their units in range here. We get the meme rally from Nino. So, rest in pieces to Mer. And Lilina does quite a bit to air. This air doesn't actually have that much res. She has a good res stat, but it's not extremely high unless you invest into it. Here they do repo, which is pretty smart of them, so they can use Thunder Armads there to pick up the kill. Unfortunately, rest in pieces to him. And of course, air has her special up, so she's able to one-shot. And it's a pretty easy cleanup from here, but of course they did not pick up 1 ether structure, but not really a win at this point. It is kind of relevant though, because there is, once you get to level 4 ether amphorae, it is level 4, right? Yeah, I have level 3, it's level 4. Once you get to level 4, you get to that point where you actually do need to pick up all your ether structures, I believe, if you want to get all your matches in. I could be wrong on that, but it's really limited. I think you can, it's either 10 ether or something. There's a really small margin if there's not 0 margin for error, basically. But here they attack with air, you know, it seems okay, but then they attack with Aversa who doesn't kill, and then they have Aversa kill Nino, and then they have air try to attack Sheeta, which is, like, what are you trying to do here? You could have just went to the left and probably had much better results than this. Unfortunately, you don't get a feature vision because there's no good place to use it, but air can't double Sheeta because science. Taking out Lilina, which is okay, I guess. You take out Veronica, okay, not sure why you would do that, but okay. Lucina picking up the kill here, and picking up another kill. And Sheeta doing the reposition of Doom, so rip them, no chance there. I don't know what they were trying to... Maybe they were expecting a Versa could kill Nino, but it's a Versa. She can't kill anything, Kappa. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory from this team how things are gonna go down. Whenever people have heavily merged units, it's usually an easy win. Like, my defense is not amazing. I guess it just functions well against people that don't have super high merged units because there are extra stats from there, but it's kind of like having a fort advantage. You have a +0 versus a +10 unit. I mean, versus the 1 level fort difference. I guess there's 4 HP, but I mean, I don't think that would swing too many matchups. Maybe for like specific structure stuff, but not really. Here they just have the dancers to get away from the heavy trap, which is usually the easiest way to counter it. I kind of just have it Azura out in the open like that just because there's really not much reason for me to actually do that, because strategically it's pretty bad because you want to keep your dancer around to have your unit's threat ranges be a lot scarier. But we're not going to get a future vision here, unfortunately, because Sheeta won't be moved out of range of air. If Brave Lynn was placed in a bad spot, then there would have been a future vision there. So good play by them. At this point, it's just a free win. My team obviously cannot tank any of these hits or one shots or anything of that sort. So easy cleanup. Nothing too special. Double dancer cheese, boys. See, I don't use double dancers on either offense or defense. I'm just wheelchairing myself with one. A lot of people do run 2. I've seen 3 or 4 though. And the four dancer setups I definitely question, but I mean, if it works, I guess. But I mean, usually it doesn't work against the teams I see people use them against. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's their only strategy. It's kind of like me. I just have one strategy. And then everything else is just specific techs. Most of the time, mostly just using Kaden and Legendary Lucina as my techs. Ever since Kaden began to exist on my team, definitely replaced Marth quite a bit, because I mostly was using Marth to buff for attack. We were just getting some meme fest, and good. I don't know if they know about the AI, but that was a good play by them, making sure they didn't get a future vision meme in. But I mean, also Air has IOT shield as well, so there's that. Fortunately, Lilna is not able to pick up the kill. Didn't matter that Nino rallied her attack. Still would have been short. So here they're just gonna pick up easy free kills. Nothing special. And at this point, Nino's definitely not capable of annihilating anyone. So she's just going to attack a Versa. And she has her Luna charged up, which seems cool until she can't kill a Versa with it, so rest in pieces. There's also Veronica as well. And we just go to the next stream of obvious wins. I mean, if you look at these teams, you can tell they're just going to win. But then sometimes you run into teams and you think they're gonna win, but they don't. Because poor play. Here, I wonder if you can guess what their strategy is. It might be apparent after this turn here, but I mean, it's just, you have the forward advantage, so you should make full use of it, because it'll work. So here, they're just going to go ahead and test the trap, which is standard. And then they're just going to wait. all standard stuff. It's all fine, nothing special. Now they cleverly use Loki here. I don't know if they hadn't intended this, but they did. Props on them for doing it. Because here Lucina's not able to use Future Vision because she can only move one space. She would probably have used Future Vision. I'm pretty darn sure of it. She probably would have used Future Vision from the fake bolt trap. But yeah, the gravity ploy is going to prevent me from picking up any kills, and Loki is just pretty good with her bonus stats, so, you know, pretty easy cheese. Luna doesn't get one shot, so that's cool, I guess, but nothing too special. But now, from those losses, we transition to more facepalm moments. Seriously, this person has a 4+, like, I know their units aren't heavily merged besides this Noe, which even with the bonus still does not look that impressive, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh boy, I don't know. Here they go, super aggressive testing the trap, which is, you know, okay. And then they go to kill Veronica, and then they use Wings of Mercy to not kill. I mean, I think you know how this is gonna go down. Rest in pieces, boys. I don't know, man. Well, I mean, what did you expect was gonna happen? Seriously. Now we're going to have the terrors of Nino. Just memeing the heck out of things. Now Nino's all ready to go. And it's Noe's choice who she wants to annihilate. She chooses Nino because obviously Luna's going to do quite a bit. But I mean, it's Noe, so... So she's going to take a crud ton of damage, regardless of what color units are, because it's Noe, Kappa. And she's going to get annihilated by Luna, so, I mean... Sure... Sure... Dirtfest continues. Yeah, this close counter advantage Camilla, which is definitely interesting. I don't see much on the team that provides attack support other than Azura, and even then, 56 attack on physical bulk is not the greatest. The reason why close counter advantage on magic units is usually preferred is because a lot of units have bad res. And even in the previous Ether Raids Insanity video that I posted, or uploaded, whatever you want to call it, you can see that even the units with super high res bulk, you can still take down. Here they go ahead and just leave Camilla in range to Vantage kill, which is a smart play, you know, right? So it's all fine, but you can't kill Legendary Lucina, so, well, rip. And of course they're gonna take Lucina out of air because it's air. That's pretty much the moral of the story. We're gonna get the debuffs going here. And so she is able to take out Fear. Veronica definitely not going to be doing too much here, but I mean, my team has basically no counters to air other than like maybe Legendary Lucina, but even then. So especially since it's air bonus. If it wasn't air bonus, she would struggle a lot harder because she wouldn't have the HP. That's a big thing in Ether Raids, having decent HP. It's not entirely necessary, but if you're like up against units where they have, I don't know, 60, 70 HP on offense, and they're just super decently tanky, like maybe 50s in mixed bulk even, to get started somewhere. You know, they'll do okay as long as they have some way to keep healing, because they just have that huge HP pool. But here they're gonna do this. I mean, I don't know what they were expecting to happen here. Maybe they misclicked, but you don't misclick that hard, right? Or mistap, whatever. Now they're just gonna use Ophelia to go nuke some stuff. But it's Ophelia, so she'll also die to everything, Kappa. And then Erica decides to pick off Nino, which is a strange choice, but I mean, it works, I guess. But the problem is, you left the dancer alive, so they didn't have much of a choice, though, because if Nino was alive, then pretty much the same thing would have happened. They didn't have much choice there, so rip to them. Still no new matches today. Kind of interesting. Yeah, and it's another 4+1. I mean, like, you have decently merged units, you know, +10 and stuff, but people just don't play it right. I cry every time, man. At this point, I just kind of want to get into tier 21 to see what spooky stuff is up there. Because tier 21 higher, of course, because it's total noob fest in tier 20. Every week, there's just more and more people, somehow, that are super newbie. I don't know. Here we have the Mer tank, but then guidance meme. And Lilna is not able to pick up a kill there, and unfortunately, Lucino doesn't meet the conditions for using future vision, so they're gonna start picking up kills here. And they leave Corin in range, which is fine, but Cheetah's gonna get danced and murder the heck out of Aversa. Rest in pieces. So like, even with the fort advantage, they still lose 2 units, and I don't know, man. It's pretty hard for me to lose 2 units when I have a fort disadvantage. I mean, granted, I'm using a meme strategy, but still. It has to be like a super hard counter team for me to usually lose a lot of units. Or if I make a mistake, of course. That happens quite a bit. But as you'll see here, it's just a good old standard opening. A lot of people can get through all the structures and things in 2 or 3 turns and prepare for engagement by turn 3 or 4, depending on how aggressive they want to play. So, nothing special. My team usually doesn't stall out on turns anymore. I mean, if people are absolutely paranoid, then yeah. Future Vision here is also a good counter. Because Legendary Lucina regains her extra movement, or her standard movement, after using Future Vision. So that's pretty useful for countering heavy trap and those kind of things. Here Nino goes 1v1 against air, which is not going to fare too well. You get the reposition, the Future Vision, and rip. Gets them every time, Kappa. At this point, they're going to bait Lilna here, which, I mean, seems okay. It'll work. And now everyone's basically out, or left for dead, pretty much. They go for the safe play and back out here. Pretty sure they could have just attacked with Lyn that turn to kill, but I guess they didn't want to risk it. Perfectly fine to do so. I'll be right back. Alright, I had a runny nose, so I had to get that taken care of. And last 2 replays for today. I guess for now, there might be more. I'm not too certain that there will be though. Some people do ether raids last like hour or something, but I usually aren't. I'm not around to go check my replays, so I probably do miss replays in that time frame. I kind of wish they kept the replays around until the next season actually started, because it's, I don't know, it seems a little odd that the season would end and then you don't get to see any replays during the time frame. Maybe even like at the last minute of ether raids if there's a super cool match that happened, but you obviously can't view that match because it's the last minute of the season. It's just a nitpicky thing. I don't think it's entirely necessary. It's just something I'd like to see. It also would mean I wouldn't have to panic about having to always make time for recording these replays while live comming. I mean, if I did need to live com, I technically don't need to live com these, but I do it to do it, so at this point, I mean, it's pretty clear what they're going to do. After losing a unit, they're just going to revenge kill with a lot of AoE specials. Standard Ophelia cheese. I mean, I don't have much of a counter to AoE Ophelia unless you can't kill, and that would be pretty sad. I don't know if people, I know people do use the combat preview, like when you drag your unit or tap your unit and then hover over your target, you can see the outcome of the battle. I know people do that, usually at least. So there's that, I guess, but I don't know. But here's an example of a team that is alright, pretty decently balanced, nothing too broken or out of the ordinary. But you'll see here, they just play it well and they get a pretty good win out of it, even though they do lose 2 units. I mean, they didn't play the best, but they still played decently. Here's their mistake, of course, choosing to test the heavy trap like that. They should be more cautious at this point in ether raids because people have a lot of resources nowadays. So here they leave Legendary Hector out. You know, pretty decent idea because he has Thunder Arm ads. So Nino's just gonna be taking your time rallying. So you know, this seems okay. And then we have this scenario here. Lona picks up the kill. And then they do this, so it's kind of questionable. I guess they were concerned about Nino, I guess, but I guess this isn't the replay. I thought there's another, maybe it was, oh wait, it was the replay from last week. So last week, there was a replay really early on, or really, not early on, really late in the season. It was like less than an hour left, and I randomly had time to check replays, and I saw it, but I didn't have time to record it, and it was a good one too. Feels bad, man. It kind of just slipped my mind after I saw it was there, and then by the time I got back to it, it was too late to record the replay. So it was it was a good replay because it was a really budget team with equal level 4, level 3+1. But they won Deathless and they got all the ether structures, which is solid play. Like, that's kind of what I sort of expect, because it's not like they were running anything besides Legendary Azura, I guess, because she's not exactly free to play friendly. You do have to stockpile quite a bit of orbs if you weren't lucky enough to summon her on the Find and Vote Heroes banner for the second anniversary shenanigans. But I mean, other than that, they were just running a budget team of units you find in the 3 and 4 star pool. Don't remember who on the top of my head, but I think it was like, I think they were running Nino, and yeah, I'm blanking, I'm brain dead. That's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, it's Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.